Hi, I'm Dre de Vera, and this is SEO in 2025.
Dre, what's your number one SEO tip for 2025?
My number one tip in SEO 2025 is giving what Google wants, fresh content with live streaming video.
With live streaming video, why do they want that?
Yes. As you know, video right now is really, really hot, but live streaming video is even better. It's fresher than fresh. Google loves fresh content, right? It's like live in real life is a great way to feed Google what it wants, fresh content. And if you notice, even on like Google Search Central, over 40% of the case studies on there is on video. So I feel like video, even live video, is even better for SEO in 2025.
Why can I imagine you on the shopping channel? Fresher than fresh. Buy it today. I'm getting fresher than this.
Yes. I think doing live streaming for the past over 4.5 years now. I mean, and I feel like I mastered this. Well, I can't say I mastered it because we keep learning every day. But I found great ways to live stream, great ways to talk on camera, and being able to engage with the audiences and build that personal brand. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. I love the way you look in the camera. I love how engaging you are. I love your hand gestures as well. You're just so enticing just to keep on watching. And if you're just listening to this as a podcast, check out the video as well. You know, you got to check out Dre's video. We're going to move on to talking a little bit about how you go about live streaming. But you've had a lot of success recently just building your personal brand. You know, people see you, people recognize you. Is there a methodology to that, you know, to go about building your personal brand using video?
Yes, of course. There's there's methodology. I mean, first of all, video is the best way to be engaging and be authentic, right? We're being recorded. You can't be an AI, and especially in live streaming, you get all the mess ups. You get yourself raw, right? And doing this is just a great way to just get to know someone. Like you're not doing edits. Maybe you'll see like me doing edits, but they're live edits on screen, right? So again, you're getting the real you and the real person behind whatever you're selling or whatever you're promoting, or whatever you're educating and teaching.
Can you measure the value of building a personal brand using video?
For me, my personal brand was built from video. I started the show over 4 years ago, and I did not have a personal brand, but I was able to build my personal brand along with my show I also built called the SEO Video Show, and it was my career insurance. Over 2 years ago, I was actually laid off from my position, and I just bought a house and everything like that. And what actually saved me, what actually was a career insurance for myself, was having that personal brand. I was able to be recognized on whether it was when I asked for help on the show, I was able to get people reaching out to say, hey, you know what, I have a gig for you. And what also happened was that my personal brand, along with the show, started gaining sponsorships. So I believe like when you have an authentic show that's very engaging, that's live streaming, like the SEO Video Show, you can also get sponsors that can help you pay the bills.
And you've also said it's help you get work. You've got different projects through that as well. I would imagine you've also built connections, built your own network as a result of doing that. I mean, for instance, have you driven people to add you on LinkedIn as a result of finding your show?
Yes, definitely. So of course, when I have the show, I have also profiles for the show as well. So I link it to all my whole personal brand. And one of the things that I've also done too with the show to make sure you monetize your product, you productize your personal brand. I have a media kit. My media kit represents me as my personal brand and everything I'm involved in. So like when you create a media kit, you can actually fish it out to companies. And especially a great place to like even network and do this is at conferences, because every company in there are spending thousands of dollars to have a booth, right? And if you come up with your media kit and show them like your reach and like what you do, and they may already know you, they compare. It's like, oh, I could reach this many people for a whole month compared to a 1 day or 2 day, 3 day show. Great place to get sponsors is like, get your media kit ready when you go to conferences and just like, hey, introduce yourself to all the companies out there.
Is this something that just independent SEO consultants should maybe be doing to actually market themselves? Or is this something that people within organizations should also be doing as well?
Oh, no. Yeah. So there's also personal brand, but there's also that whole brand aspect. right now I work with clients, and what I do is like enterprise level clients, and instead of doing like case studies of like pre-recorded videos or stuff like that, I go, hey, why don't you just do a live stream and get that raw testimonial from your clients, and then to get more engagement. So I feel that's more authentic than these recorded videos, or maybe just like a one sheeter of some quotes. But if you actually do live streaming video with your customers, not only that they'll help you promote your live stream, you also get that raw authentic for other people, for other prospects that are also wanting to possibly use your product.
And are most clients open to that? Because I would imagine that most clients are a little bit scared of even getting on video, let alone doing live streaming.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's not for everyone, but if anyone that's bold enough to do it, they've been very, very successful. I mean, there's some retail clients that I've worked with where like luxury brands, and it works really, really well. I've also even cybersecurity. Cybersecurity can be very, 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 very not so fun, I would say. But you could see the banter between a CEO interviewing a customer, through live streaming video, and it's just great, and how they interact. And then later on, they take those and then repurpose them into other clips, which also get ranked on Google, right? Google is ranking Instagram clips, ranking TikTok clips, even YouTube Shorts. So these are all things that you can use to get ranking in 2025.
Okay, so that's the primary way of what you do in terms of recommending your clients to do. To focus on case studies, to interview their clients, and just simply use it as a case study for their website.
That, and of course, building your own personal brands, building the company's brands. I mean, but for the most part, my angle with companies would be, yes, the case studies. And for anyone, like any SEO consultants themselves out there, I feel, again, like building your own personal brand is very, very important, and you can easily do it within live streaming video. And if you're not too keen on doing live, start off with just regular video and recording yourself, and just being able to, be comfortable in front of the camera.
And what kind of things should they say to begin with? I mean, does it have to be an interview situation, or do you encourage people just to get on there themselves and start answering maybe common customer questions?
So that can actually be, that's why it may be a little scary, because if you're doing it by yourself, talking to yourself in the camera, that may be like maybe some things that will actually turn you away from video. But if you're actually just talking to someone, if you're just recording on Zoom, just record a conversation on Zoom with yourself. You can actually even stream that. And that banter, you can get so many nuggets out there that you can share with the world. So I actually have a discovery call on my website, right? You can book a 25-minute call with me. And I always ask, hey, can I record this? And then you'll just because when they ask me questions, it's great content. And can you imagine if if you turn something like this into live video, it's going to be raw. You're going to have more people coming in. It's like, oh, I want to do that with my website. I want to do a quick live session with you. It's streamed out. I mean, I haven't actually live streamed it, but I've actually recorded them and then actually created like blog posts from them, because these are actual classes. But I'm going to follow my word. In 2025, you're going to see me doing a lot more live streaming. I'm going to be doing some IRL, which is in real life live streaming, where I'm going to have a 5G modem attached to my backpack and just streaming wherever I go. Especially with marketing conferences, and like I don't see anyone else doing that. So I think Brighton SEO will probably want to be one of the places maybe I do it first, just like interview SEOs live. So it's gonna be fun. I'm gonna have fun with this.
Okay, superb. Well, you're really embracing. How do you actually get into live streaming? If you said you've only been doing it for 4 years, you're obviously not 16, but or maybe you are. But no.
Yeah, no. I'm way older. Yeah, so I've never been shy in front of the camera. So that's one of the things. I mean, I guess growing up, I was a nightclub promoter, MC, whatever it was. But one of the things that actually got me into live streaming was wanting to start a YouTube channel during the whole stay-at-home era. 4 years. Was it 4 years ago now?
Sure. Yeah.
4 years ago now, and me wanting to network with others, I just wanted to I wanted to do something with that, right? So like, instead of me recording like someone on just recording it, I said, how can I take this one step further? And with less edits. That's one thing about live streaming. The rawness is accepted. It doesn't have to be perfect, and because like things happen during the live streamings, and I don't feel I need to edit anything out.
Well, you say the rawness is accepted, but you've also got a lovely camera, a lovely bokeh background. You've got your branding in the background. You've got a Shure SM7B microphone. You've got a decent setup. Should people wait till they have the right equipment before getting started?
Okay, this is a huge debate. I see this on LinkedIn, but I always say first impression counts. I started learning about live streaming 3 months before I actually went live. I bought a course, and then I felt like, if I invested in the right equipment in day one, it's going to be something I will be motivated to use. I'll want to use it, right? I'll say that I did start off with maybe, was it a Blue Snowball mic when I first started live streaming?
Yeah.
I had that, and I also had a Logitech S920, like a regular webcam that was 4K.
Yeah. Probably not even HD.
Yeah, so I did start off with that when I was trying to just kind of at least learn it. But once I got the course and wanted to get how to set up and how your background actually tells about your personality, and it actually will help with your professional, how professional you take it. But yeah, after being able to understand the ins and outs of kind of live streaming, I then got into all the equipment and stuff like that. So what involved in the live streaming included the software. I know you and I use something called vMix. It was something that was like a learning curve a little bit. So you have to make sure you learn that. You have to also make sure how you integrate to if you want to stream to multi platforms, which is also great for SEO. Which is I want to mention if you can stream to LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube and Twitch. There's so many places that you can now really, really stream to and just plant your brand in.
But there's so much content out there nowadays. It's hard almost to surface among all the other pieces of content out there. But I guess you'd argue that live streaming is a better way of doing it. How often should you live stream if you really want to get noticed? Is one time a week enough? Do you have to do more?
I've been doing one time a week for the past over 4 years, and that's pretty much I do. But I want to actually, since I've seen the success of live streaming and live streaming video, whether it's through SEO and through monetization, it's a great way to build other. You can productize it and build other shows on top of it. So okay, I do have one show, the SEO video show, and I do want to get into other markets, let's say AI. So I'll start another show that I can actually productize and just I'm just going to really just take what I'm doing on the SEO video show and just repeating in a whole different niche that no one has ever seen before. So they'll probably see all these knowledge bombs and all that stuff for the very first time. But I've been doing this for 4 years because it's a totally different audience.
So you know what success looks like now. How long would you have to do a show for before you wrote it off and you thought that's just not getting enough traction, that it's not worthwhile continuing?
I'll tell you this. I got my very first, people will say I only have about 11,000 subscribers. So don't ever think that that subscribers is something that matters when getting sponsorships or making money and stuff like that. Because I got my first sponsorship when I only had 2,000 subscribers. And it's basically, again, this is why I go back on first impressions. If you really, really put the value, your time and invest in yourself and invest in your equipment and show how you're professional and you mean business, other companies will see that and they will, it doesn't matter how it is, because they want to be one of those early adopters of your show and hey, they want to support what you're doing because you have your passion in it. And again, I know we can all say passion, but I do love live streaming. I have a lot of fun with it, and I do love SEO. So I put those two together. It's like a no-brainer. Actually, yeah, I didn't even expect to make money at first. Or I didn't expect to get it was all for fun. I was doing this all for fun for about a year. About a year, over a year and a half, and then I finally got my first sponsor. Actually came to me, or the company came to me hey, how can we sponsor your show? I was like, oh, I didn't know that. So I was like, oh, you could. I had to Google real quick and certain things, and then I kind of threw up a number, and then they bit, and I was like, wow, maybe I should ask for more.
And how long did they sign up for? And was there certain metrics that they were looking for?
I don't know if there's a certain metrics, because I remember I only had 2,000 subscribers. This was, this was a prominent SEO platform, enterprise SEO, SEO platform out there, and they sponsored for a whole year. It was a whole year.
So that's good, because I had a show and I got a sponsor approach me, and I just I think I just asked them for a month to begin with, and a month is not long enough to demonstrate value to them. So signing them up for a year is a good strategy. Yeah, definitely. That's because I've also now, after getting that, my sponsors, so my current sponsors, they didn't want to leave, but they're about
they stuck around after and told me to stick around. Maybe 3 months is when they actually started seeing some like either the codes used and stuff like that. Yeah. So they started seeing codes used and or even like selling like either more searches, brand searches and stuff like that. So like I'd say if any new sponsor comes on, for them to even see some type of like return, at least I guess I'm on for 3 months. But again, like once I sign in a sponsor, they lock in their price. And I've had sponsors for over 2-3 years now. I told them like, hey, like I have a wait list now where I want, I'll bring other sponsors in and whether or not I'll let them have first chance on, spending a little more to, if not, I have to kind of like let them go because they did sign like a 1 year deal, but I'm letting them stay on for as long as they want until they go. Yeah.
But because of this 3 month thing and perhaps not getting traction until 3 months, do you say to them, you have to sign up for a minimum of 6 months or a year? Do you have a minimum that you sign people up for nowadays?
I try to do 6 months, 6 episodes, at least the minimum success. So that's like, it's about, that's actually only about.
But that's only, it's only 6 weeks, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a month and a half. So that's only 6 weeks for me. So it's one of the things where I at least have them sign up for that. But of course, if they, it's all within the negotiation of the, with your media kit, like, okay, you know what, here's 6 months, here's a year. And then you can actually create a custom package for them.
So if you were able to talk to the Dre from 5 years ago, before you got started with live streaming, what would you say to yourself to do anything differently? Is there anything that you've done over the last few years since you've been live streaming that you look back now and, I wish I'd done it this way instead?
No, I mean, everything I do now was a learning experience. Like I've learned how to cut down my time producing a live stream. Back 4 years ago, it was taking about maybe 20 hours a week to actually produce a one hour live stream, if not like that. But now it's taking me like 5 hours. And that was the help with AI being able to either help me find important, if you look at my show, like the way it's structured, like I find like instant like clips around the web. And before I used to watch complete 1 hour shows of other people's shows and try to find that one nugget. Now I use AI to kind of help me extract certain nuggets from people's videos. And that saves hours of work.
And do you still get permission from the people who are actually the shows you're featuring? Or do you say you feature their show, by the way?
Well,
too late.
I usually do that. And of course, it's like one of the things where on YouTube, if you're doing some type of reaction video, and that's what I'm doing. I'm doing a reaction video to like certain clips that I share. And again, it's like for the most part, it's in good faith. I've never gotten a copyright strike from any of the people's videos I shared.
Yeah, it's fair use in America. It's called, isn't it?
Yeah.
If an SEO is struggling for time, what should they stop doing right now so they can spend more time doing what you suggest in 2025?
I feel that if you're spending too much time and can't figure out, take a break and actually learn from other mentors. Get a mentor. I feel like if I had a mentor, maybe even on live streaming, we were just talking about this live streaming maybe 5 years ago, that was doing all this and showed me other ways of how I can make money a lot earlier. That could help me out. So being able to make sure if you are struggling, find that one mentor, reach out, and don't be scared. In the SEO community, we are all very friendly, especially if you go to conferences. You can come up to me, you can come up to David, whether it is, we will be happy to help. Ask us anything. You can even go to my website and book some free time if you really want to have a quick mentor. So, yeah.
Dre de Vera is an SEO consultant and host and producer of the SEO video show, and you can find him over at paulandre.com. Dre, thanks so much for being part of SEO in 2025.
You bet. Thank you, David.
I've been your host, David Bain. Get your copy of SEO in 2025, the book, over at SEOin2025.com.